Very good evening to all the aspirants. My name is Sumeet and today as usual we'll take a session on current affairs. So today we will try and cover 5th week of October's current affairs, right? So we will deep dive into the subject and dissect each and every topic purely from the government exams perspective. So let us start our session. The first topic is about cyclone Montha. This cyclone was recently formed in the Bay of Bengal region of our subcontinent, right? So in Bay of Bengal region, as you can see, this was formed in the central eastern Bay of Bengal region. Now please understand, before understanding what cyclone Montha is, let us first try and understand what actually cyclones are and how they are formed. Please understand, cyclones are formed in the tropical regions of our world. Tropical regions. When I use the word tropical regions, please understand the areas that come between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, right? If this is the globe, and this is the equator, right? The equator, as you guys are aware, it is at 0 degrees, right? So at 23.5 degrees, there is Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere, whereas in the southern hemisphere, there is at 23.5 degrees, there is a presence of Tropic of Capricorn, and in this region, generally cyclones are formed. Cyclones are formed. Why are they specifically formed only in this region? Please understand, in this region, the oceanic temperatures, the oceanic surface temperatures are somewhat warmer, and this warm temperatures of up to 26 degrees and above, that is the reason when the surface temperatures of this tropical region, of this surface waters of this tropical region, when it rises from more than 26 degrees Celsius, it creates a conducive atmosphere for the formation of cyclones. So recently it was found that the surface temperatures of Arabian Sea, it was somewhere around 26 degrees and above, and that led to the formation of depression. Depression, it's a geographical concept. Please understand, these depressions are formed due to low pressure. Please understand, low pressure. This low pressure is generally formed only when the temperatures, the surface sea temperatures rise about 26 degrees Celsius, right? So there was a formation of depression due to low pressure, and this low pressure was formed due to the rise in sea surface temperatures. And with the presence of this low pressure in this part, and as you guys are aware, right, in the northern hemisphere, the flow of wind is always in the anti-clockwise direction. Please understand, in the northern hemisphere, the flow of wind is always in the anti-clockwise direction, whereas the flow in the southern hemisphere is always in the direction of clockwise. And this is what we call as Coriolis force. And why is that? That is only due to because Coriolis force. And this Coriolis force is caused due to the rotation of Earth. And due to the rotation of Earth, Coriolis force is formed. I hope you guys can imagine. The Earth rotates from east to west. As the Earth rotates from east to west, a Coriolis force is formed in the opposite direction of the rotation of the Earth, and this particular flow of force is called as Coriolis force. And please understand, due to the formation of low pressure region as well as the formation of Coriolis, and with the impact or effect of Coriolis force, a kind of a cyclonic depression was formed in the east central region of Bay of Bengal, right? This is how cyclones are formed, and these cyclones they are also maintained by low shear force in this region. Low shear force. Low shear force. Say for example, what do you understand by shear force? Shear force is nothing but the force that flows, that is static, the flow that is static from top to bottom. Say for example, the flow of air, if it is somewhat higher in the northern part or the upper part, and if it is slower in the southern part, then what will happen? This will lead to breakage of this particular cyclone. But however, for the formation of cyclone, the shear force has to be low. If it is greater, what will happen? The topmost part and the southernmost part, they will not be in synchronous position to form a cyclone. Please understand that. And due to the presence of low shear force in both the upper part as well as lower part of the cyclone, it created a condition conducive to the formation of cyclone, right? I hope you guys are aware, and please understand, this central part of any cyclone is called as eye. This is called as eye, and this part is always calm. It is always calm. Please understand. So this is the mechanism of tropical cyclone, and in this tropical cyclone, please understand. See, I told you that due to the presence of warm sea surface temperatures, what will happen? That will lead to evaporation of the topper surface of the ocean, and with the evaporation of this moist winds, as they travel upwards, it will slowly condense and form clouds surrounding the entire region. And as they condense, it leaves out latent heat. It releases latent heat, and this latent heat in turn feeds the formation of cyclone, right? I hope you understand. And as the air rises above, and due to the presence of Coriolis force, please understand, in the northern hemisphere, please observe, the force is moving in the counterclockwise direction, and as it moves, it slowly starts rotating. The entire air starts rotating. Please understand, and that will lead to the formation of cyclones, which will be moving in the form of anti-clockwise direction, right? So this is entirely the mechanism of cyclones. I hope everything is clear about this topic, right? So the points which you will essentially have to remember is that for the formation of cyclones, what is required? Essentially, point number one, the function number one which is required is that warm sea surface temperatures of 26 degree and above, right? So this is condition number one. So the second condition is with the presence of low pressure area. Obviously, when the sea surface are on, it will automatically lead to the creation of low pressure area. And the third most important point is that you will have to understand that there has to be low shear force in the region, and with the presence of strong Coriolis force, and with the presence of this force, and if all these conditions are met, then definitely the conditions will get conducive for the formation of cyclone in this region. Now this cyclone Monta, all these conditions were satisfied, and that is the reason why cyclone Monta was formed in the east central part of Bay of Bengal. And as the cyclone progressed towards the eastern part of India, it was predicted by the Indian Meteorological Department that this cyclone Monta will make a landfall somewhere around a place called as Kakinada, right? It was predicted that it would make a landfall. When I use the word landfall, please understand landfall as in when the cyclone, when it leaves the sea surface area, and generally when it enters the land surface, it is called as landfall. This particular activity of that cyclone is called as landfall. right? So it was said that it would make somewhere near Kakinada landfall, and that is what it did. And with its landfall, it led to a lot of destruction of life and property, but however, due to the presence of excellent forecast, due to the presence of forecast by the IMD, we were able to reduce the loss of life up to a very great extent. Please understand, this cyclone Monta is categorized as a severe cyclone. When I use the word severe cyclone, please understand this cyclone is considered to be very destructive cyclone. And this destruction, however, due to the presence of good forecast, we were able to reduce the loss of life. But however, we were not able to stop the loss of property along with it, the loss of property. When I use the word property, please understand it also means loss of damage to public property, private property, and also a lot of damage to many poultry and milch animals, and along with it loss to agriculture can also be considered in this. Please understand, the loss of human life was somehow reduced, but the loss of property was not reduced. Please understand. So this were some of the after effects of this cyclone Montha, right? I hope everything is clear about this topic. Now please understand, let us also understand now the naming process or procedure of this particular cyclones. Cyclones are regularly formed. They are regularly formed 80% of the times. 80% of the times they are formed. 80 to 90% of the times they are formed in the months of October and November in the Indian subcontinent. And the rest 10 to 20% of the time, rarely, not only 10 to 20% of the time, very rarely they are also formed during the months of April and May in the Indian subcontinent. Please understand, in the Indian subcontinent. Please understand. So these are the two calendar times where we can expect the formation of cyclone in the Indian subcontinent. Now let us look at the naming procedure of this particular cyclones. Please understand, when it comes to the cyclones which are formed in the northern part of Indian Ocean, cyclones which are formed in the northern part of Indian Ocean, the World Meteorological Organization as well as United Nations SCAP. These two organizations, they coordinate with the northern Indian Ocean countries, to name the cyclones which are formed in the northern part of Indian Ocean. Which are those countries? Please understand, India, Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Thailand, Qatar, Pakistan, Iran, right? All these countries which are a part of northern Indian Ocean, they participate in this exercise of naming a particular cyclone. Now please understand, and that is coordinated by these two organizations called as World Meteorological Organizations as well as United Nations Economic Socio-Cultural Region for Asia and Pacific, right? So these are the two organizations which jointly coordinate with these countries, who are given chance every year to name a cyclone which is formed in the northern Indian Ocean region. Now this year's cyclone Montha, the name Montha was named by the country of Thailand. You'll have to understand that it was named by the country of Thailand, right? I hope everything is clear about this topic. Let us move to the next topic. Okay, so the next topic is about Vande Mataram, right? Recently, the Prime Minister in his Mann Ki Baat speech, right, he had he had started, right? He uttered, he had said that his vision is to celebrate this year, which marks the 150 years of Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram. Please understand this. What is this Vande Mataram? Vande Mataram is the national song of India. National song of India. And this was designated so in 1950 itself. In the year 1950 itself, and its status is equivalent to the national anthem of India. It is the national anthem of India. So you cannot disrespect the national song, right? Disrespecting the national song will also amount to the disrespect of national anthem, along with it the disrespect of the nation of India itself. So please understand the status of both national song of India and national anthem of India is same as per law established by the government, right? So since we've understood what Vande Mataram is, let us try and understand the origin of Vande Mataram. Please understand this Vande Mataram song was first mentioned in a novel called as Anand Mat, and it was written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, he had written a novel called as Anand Mat, and in that Anand Mat, Vande Mataram has been used, and since it was used for the first time in this novel, the credit of writing Vande Mataram is given to Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. And this Anand Mat, this novel, what does it do? It exhorts nationalism. It exhorts nationalism in the humans, right? In Indians, right? In Indians, right? So it features many important concepts like unity, oneness, secularism, etc., which are the founding ideals of our country. These are the founding ideals of our country, and they have been properly mentioned and raised to a very high level in this particular Vande Mataram national song, right? I hope everything is clear about this. Now, there is another important fact which I would like to share with you. It is regarding Vande Mataram itself. At the end of every parliamentary session, please understand this, Vande Mataram is rendered. It is rendered. Vande Mataram is rendered musically in the parliament at the end of every session, right? So that is the importance of Vande Mataram. And this year, recently in Man Ki Baat program, the Prime Minister of our country, Mr. Narendra Modi, he had spoken about his vision of celebrating 150 years of Vande Mataram in the coming years, right? Is that understood? So that is why, since it was talked a lot in this episode's Man Ki Baat, and that is the reason why you will have to understand this particular topic, right? I hope everything is clear about this topic. Let us go to the next topic. The next topic is about the appointment of CJI. CJI, who is the CJI? CJI as in Chief Justice of India. So recently, B.R. Gavai, who is the present Chief Justice of India, and his tenure is coming to an end, and he has recently chosen Suryakant as his successor to the post of CJI. So once Justice Bhushan Ramakant Gavai, when he retires, he will make place for Suryakant, who will be the next upcoming CJI of India. Now, since it is in the news, let us try to understand the procedure of appointment of CJI, which is an important part of your polity subject, right? So this appointment of CJI is mentioned in the Constitution of India. According to Article 124, Clause 2. Please understand this Clause 2, 124, Article 124, Clause 2 talks about the appointment of CJI. Under this particular article, please understand the President appoints CJI, right? So this is the procedure which has been laid down in the Constitution. But however, there is a collegium system which chooses the appointment of judges to the Supreme Court and High Court. Now, as per convention, the senior most judge of the Supreme Court is appointed as CJI. However, this discretion is given to the CJI, outgoing CJI himself. The outgoing CJI himself, he recommends a name to the law ministry, right? So this law ministry, what it does, it gives the recommendation, it just passes the recommendation given by the outgoing CJI to the PM, and the PM will forward the same recommendation to the President of India, and based on that recommendation, the President of India, as per Article 124, subclause 2, appoints the Chief Justice of India. So this is the entire procedure of appointment of CJI, which you'll have to understand. So recently, as we all know, Justice B.R. Gavai, his period is coming to an end, and he has already recommended Mr. Suryakant to lead the Supreme Court by becoming the Chief Justice of India. So this is as far as the procedure is concerned. I hope everything is clear about this topic. Let us go to the next topic. The next topic is about garbage cafe. Again, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he spoke about this particular garbage cafe in his recently concluded Mann Ki Baat radio. What is this garbage cafe? Please understand, this garbage cafe, this concept, it is a very unique concept, and this has been already implemented in a municipal corporation of Ambikapur Municipal Corporation, right? So this Municipal Corporation of Ambikapur, which is present in the state of Chhattisgarh, it has implemented this unique concept called as garbage cafe. So what is this garbage cafe? Please understand, this garbage cafe is nothing but it offers food for plastics. So say for example, someone, if they provide 1 kg of plastic, in this cafe, they will be given a full-time meal, they will be given a full meal in return, right? If it is not of 1 kg, then if someone brings even half a kg of plastic, then they will be given in return snacks, right? So what is this? This particular activity, what does it do? What is it doing is that it is promoting a circular economy. When I use the word circular economy, please understand, the plastics which are collected by this garbage cafe, they will in turn be used in the construction of roads or many other things where the used plastic can be used, right? Used plastic, it will be recycled in a way, right? So this, what is it doing? It is kind of promoting the circular economy of plastic, right? So what is it doing? It is taking away plastic from the environment, which is causing hazard, and using the same in the construction of roads and many other activities where used plastic is generally used. Don't you think this is very beneficial, right? What is it doing? It is promoting civic sense among people. And what is it doing? It is also building sustainable cities. Don't you think many people, see, India is home to a very large population of poor. When I use the word poor, please understand, those people, they cannot afford even a single meal per day. And if schemes such as these are launched by the government, don't you think those people, they will partake in these activities, and and they will promote the end use of plastic, the judicious end use of the plastic, right? So that is the reason why Prime Minister Narendra Modi in his Mann Ki Baat radio program has talked about garbage cafes, right? Garbage cafes, and he has appreciated the efforts put in by Prime Minister, by the Municipal Corporation of Ambikapur, right? I hope everything is clear about this topic. Let us now go to the next topic. The next topic is about Pakistan and Afghanistan dispute. Please understand, recently there was a huge dispute between Pakistan and Afghanistan. Both the countries, they have launched almost skirmishes against each other. Now, why is that? Why is that? Please understand. Recently, the country of Pakistan, it had launched airstrikes in the territory of Afghanistan, Why did Pakistan launch aerial strikes in Afghanistan? Please understand, Pakistan wanted to destroy the leadership of TTP. What is TTP? TTP is an terrorist organization. This is called as Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, right? So Pakistan has believed that in Afghanistan, in the city of Kabul, there were people of TTP who were planning an attack on Pakistan, and hence, in order to stop that, they have made an aerial skirmish into Afghanistan and dropped bombs in the city of Kabul, where militants of TTP were present, right? So this led to the disgruntlement of Afghanistan, right? Pakistan, without having a word with Afghanistan leadership, it took a unilateral decision to attack Kabul, and this led to some disgruntlement among the Pakistani leadership. Please, among the Afghanistani leadership. Afghanistan at present is ruled by Taliban. Please understand, it is ruled by Taliban. Hence, in order to retaliate against Pakistan, when I use the word retaliate, please understand, in order to respond to this attack of Pakistan, Afghanistan has launched a ground attack on Pakistan. Where has it launched? It has launched in the border areas of both Pakistan and Afghanistan. The border area of Pakistan and Afghanistan is called as Durand Line. Please understand, Durand Line. What is this Durand Line? This Durand Line, let us have some brief understanding about this Durand Line. Please understand, this Durand Line was signed between the then British government in India. It was demarcated by British Indian government, and the Emir of Afghanistan, Amir Rahman Khan, Abdur Rahman Khan, right? So this Emir of Afghanistan, Mr. Abdur Rahman Khan, and the British government, Mortimer Durrant, British Indian government, which was led by Mortimer Durrant. Both of these, they came to an agreement and they marked this Durand Line, and this Durand Line presently is the border between Afghanistan and Pakistan. But please understand, during those times, even the Emir of Afghanistan, Mr. Rahman Khan Abdur, he did not agree to this Durand Line, but however, due to the extreme pressure from British Indian government, he somewhat disgruntledly agreed to this Durand Line. But let us come back to the present times. The present, as I've already told you, the present Afghanistan is ruled by Taliban, and this Taliban has not agreed to this Durand Line. It does not say that it believes in this Durand Line, which was arbitrarily drawn by British Indian government and Emir Abdur Rahman Khan. It has rejected this Durand line which forms the boundary between Afghanistan and Pakistan. Now, what is the view of Taliban? Please understand. Taliban wants the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa region, which is inhabited by Pashtuns, in that region. Now, Afghanistan claims this region to be a part of Afghanistan. Why? Because it is inhabited by Pashtuns, and this Pashtuns is one of the major ethnic tribe of Afghanistan, right? Afghanistan. And that is the reason why Afghanistan is claiming the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa region as well to its country. Now, this was the reason why there was a dispute between Pakistan and Afghanistan. This, in short, is a history as well as the reason why there was a fight or a conflict between Afghanistan and Pakistan. Presently, please understand, there is a ceasefire. A ceasefire has been arranged between both Afghanistan and Pakistan. Right? There is an implementation of ceasefire, but however, please understand, there is still no end to this conflict. Presently, there is only a ceasefire which has been announced by both the sides of this conflict. Right? I hope everything is clear about this topic. Let us go to the next topic. The next topic is about Loktak Lake. Now, why is it in the news? Please understand. Let us try to understand what this Loktak Lake is and where is it located. First, Loktak Lake is located in the state of Manipur. Please understand, this is Asia's largest freshwater lake. This is Asia's largest freshwater lake, and it is also a part of Ramsar site. Right? And please understand, this Loktak Lake is also has the world's only floating national park of the world. It is the only floating national park. When I use the word floating, please understand, there is a lake, and on that lake there is a national park which is already floating in the river, and this is nowhere to be found except in India, especially the Loktak Lake, and this is the only floating national park in the world. Now, which is that national park? Please understand, that national park is called as Kabul Lamjau. Kabul Lamjau National Park. And this national park has the presence of Saigai deers or Saigai antelopes. And please understand, this Saigai antelope, this is as per the IUCN. The IUCN status of this is endangered. So please understand, I hope you are getting the importance of this Loktak Lake. This Loktak Lake, which is located in the state of Manipur, it is Asia's largest freshwater lake. Along with that, it is also a Ramsar site, and also it also has the only floating national park of the world, which is called as Kabul Lamjau. And this region is famous for Saigai deer or Saigai antelopes, which are considered to be endangered by the IUCN, International Union of Conservation of Nature, right? I hope these are the facts which you'll have to keep in your mind. Now, why is this in news? Please understand, the University of Nagaland has raised concerns about the sustainability of Loktak Lake. It says that Loktak Lake is getting degraded. It is getting degraded. Why is it getting degraded? Please understand, this is due to the presence of many pollutants making their way into the Loktak Lake. Pollutants. Now, how? You'll have to ask the question, how pollutants is making way into Loktak Lake? Please understand, this Loktak Lake is drained by many rivers. It is drained by many rivers, and these rivers, they pass through various landforms, and along with, by passing in those landforms, they are getting polluted by what activities? Especially agricultural runoff, and many other pollutants, human pollution, right? All these things, they are getting deposited in the rivers, and these rivers are bringing these pollutants along with the water to this Loktak lake, and that is the reason why this Loktak lake is getting degraded, and that has been raised by the University of Nagaland recently, right? I hope everything is clear about this topic. Now, please understand, before ending the topic, please understand, Loktak Lake is also known for Phumdis. What is this Phumdis? Phumdis is nothing but floating island, right? So this in short is about Loktak Lake, which you'll have to understand, right? I hope everything is clear about this topic. Let us go to the next topic. The next topic is about the new member of ASEAN. Recently there was an ASEAN summit, an ASEAN meet, and in that meet recently a new member was added, and which is that? That is East Timor, or it is also known as Timor-Leste. Timor-Leste. So this is the new member which was added into the ASEAN. So who are the members of ASEAN? Let us look at that. Please understand, the members of ASEAN are Myanmar, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines, Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, right? So these are the members of ASEAN. What is the full form of ASEAN? ASEAN is Association for Southeast Asian Nations. Association for Southeast Asian Nations. Now, what is this group? This is an intergovernmental group. Now, what does it focus on? It focuses on the coordination and collaboration of Southeast Asian nations. In which sphere? In the sphere of culture, polity, finance, trade, etc. Right? So, say for example, there is a free trade agreement. There is a free trade agreement between the nations of Southeast Asia, and this free trade agreement, what does it do? It promotes trade and finance among Southeast Asian nations, and that is the reason why there is a lot of economic activity as well as growth which has been recently observed in the Southeast Asian nation, and that credit can only be given to the ASEAN formation. Please understand, right? So this is about the ASEAN and its new member recently, Timor-Leste or East Timor. I hope everything is clear about this topic, right? So this brings us to the end of today's session. Thank you so much for being a part of the session. Thank you so much for watching Classic Education.